The grand hall of the Five Empires was filled with loud voices, bright lights, and a kind of confidence that came from long years of power. Leaders from 5 mighty alien races stood around a huge hologram table. Each one showed images of their strongest battleships, massive cruisers, armored destroyers, and long, sharp war machines shining with alien energy. They laughed as they compared their fleets. They joked about past victories. And then they mocked the same thing: humanity. To them, humans were too young, too slow, and too weak. Their ships were seen as tiny metal toys. The laughter grew louder, echoing across the giant chamber. But suddenly everything stopped. A silent alarm flashed red across the hall. The hologram table changed on its own. A new symbol appeared, an unknown signal coming from the edge of the galaxy. The 5 leaders stared at the image. It was not an alien ship they recognized. It was huge, too huge, and it was moving directly toward their borders. One commander spoke first, his voice no longer proud. "Is this another human attempt to scare us?" The scanner zoomed in, but the picture only became more confusing. The object was metallic. It was structured, and it blocked every scan they sent. Another leader whispered, "No ship should be able to hide like this." The room grew cold. The laughter was gone. A strange fear was spreading, slow and heavy, because if humans were weak, if humans had small ships, then why did this unknown giant feel like something made by them? And why was it heading straight for the 5 empires? The galaxy's greatest powers suddenly felt very, very small. The 5 empires reacted fast. Dozens of scout ships were sent toward the unknown object. These scouts were small, fast, and equipped with the best scanners in their fleets. The commanders fully expected the mystery to end quickly. They expected to return laughing again. But the moment the scouts approached, something strange happened. Their scanners went blind. Every screen turned black for 3 seconds. Then static. Then a warning. Data corrupted. Alien officers exchanged worried looks. Their scanners had worked for centuries without failure. Yet this object, whatever it was, simply refused to be understood. One scout moved closer and activated its strongest sensor beam. The beam hit the giant structure and vanished, not reflected, not blocked, just absorbed. Nothing in their technology could do that. Inside the grand hall, tension rose like a storm. What ship absorbed scans? One leader demanded. Another replied quietly, "Not ours." The scouts tried sending a communication ping. No answer. They circled the object carefully, trying to find engines or weapons. But the surface was smooth, too smooth, shining with a strange dark metal that none of them recognized. Then, without warning, the giant object moved, slowly, powerfully, as if waking up. Its front side rotated toward the scouts, revealing a row of glowing blue lights. The scouts panicked. Weapons were armed, engines overloaded. Then a message appeared in every scout ship at the same time: "Do not approach further." Human command. The 5 empires froze. Humans? How could humans build something this big? Why did they hide this power for so long? The unknown ship continued moving toward Imperial space, and every alien knew the truth. This was no simple human ship. This was something else. Something humanity never told the galaxy about. The 5 empires watched in complete silence as the giant human-made object drifted closer to their borders. What they first thought was a single ship now revealed details that none of their sensors could detect earlier. The smooth dark surface split open in several sections, releasing faint streams of blue-white light. Patterns appeared, lines, symbols, and shapes carved with impossible precision. Alien experts stared, confused. "It is not a ship," one whispered. "It is the fortress," another said. But the truth was far bigger. A human transmission reached every empire at once. "This is Dreadnought Helios. Please maintain distance." The name alone shook the leaders. Dreadnought? Humanity never reported having Dreadnought-class ships. Their last known vessels were a fraction of this size. Helios continued to unfold, revealing colossal weapon ports, though none were charged. It seemed to be showing itself, not threatening. Even so, Its scale dwarfed anything known in the galaxy. To demonstrate peaceful intentions, the Helios activated a small test beam, just a thin line of energy, harmless looking, slow, quiet, but when it touched a drifting asteroid, the rock didn't explode. It simply split into 6 perfect pieces, as if cut by a blade of light. The alien commanders felt their hearts drop. Their strongest weapons could barely crack such a rock. Humans had just sliced one with a casual demonstration, and the Helios still wasn't at full power. Why did humans hide this? An alien leader asked, his voice trembling. Why reveal it now? Another questioned. The answer came from Helios. Because you sent fleets near our colonies. This is only a precaution. Only a precaution? If this was a precaution, what did humanity truly have? The empires finally understood. They had laughed too soon. The arrival of the Helios forced the 5 empires to act. They could not show weakness, not after centuries of ruling the galaxy, so they gathered their fleets. Thousands of alien warships formed a defensive wall, engines burning bright, weapons charged, shields raised. From a distance, the formation looked impressive, powerful, united, but when placed beside the Helios, it looked like a line of insects guarding a mountain. Still, the alien admirals hoped numbers would intimidate humanity. They sent a warning message. Human ship, you are entering restricted space. Turn away. The Helios did not turn. It simply drifted forward, slow, calm, unstoppable. The alien fleets panicked. Some ships backed away. Others prepared weapons, hands trembling over controls. The leaders in the Grand Hall shouted orders, trying to sound confident. Hold your ground. Do not let it pass. Fire only on command. But as the Helios approached, something impossible happened. Their weapons shut down, not destroyed, not jammed, just silent. Every energy cannon, every missile launcher, every plasma torpedo froze in place. The ship's engines flickered and powered down one by one. The entire defensive wall went dark, floating helplessly in space. The aliens stared at their dead consoles, unable to move, unable to fight. What is happening? A captain shouted. They're not attacking us, another cried. Then how are they disabling us? The truth was terrifying. The Helios was bending the space around itself, creating a field that disrupted alien power systems without harming anything. It had neutralized 1,000 ships without firing a single weapon. Inside the Grand Hall, the leaders finally felt something they had not felt in centuries. Fear, pure fear. For the first time, they realized a terrible truth. If this was only one human ship, what did the rest of their fleet look like? The Helios stopped moving. It hovered silently before the powerless alien fleets, its dark metal reflecting distant stars like a sleeping titan. The 5 empires watched in fear, expecting the dreadnought to attack at any moment. But instead, something far worse happened. Space behind the Helios began to twist. At first, it looked like ripples on water. Then the ripples became a spiral. Then the spiral stretched into a glowing tear. A wormhole. The alien admirals gasped. Their scientists had said wormholes were unstable, impossible to control. Yet humans were holding one open like it was simply a doorway. A second massive silhouette appeared inside the wormhole. Then a third. Then 5 more. One by one, colossal shapes stepped out of swirling light. Each one larger, sharper, more advanced than anything the galaxy had ever seen. Within seconds, the stars were blocked by the forms of human dreadnoughts. 10, 20, 30. Their numbers kept rising. Alien commanders struggled to breathe as the entire region filled with titanic human warships, silent, steady, perfectly aligned. The Helios was no longer alone. It was only the first. A calm human transmission echoed through every ship and every control room. This is the first armada of Earth. We seek peace, but we will no longer tolerate threats. The alien leaders felt crushed beneath the weight of those words. This was not a show of power. This was a declaration of control. One alien emperor whispered, These are not warships. These are worlds. Another said, We mocked them, and they were building this. The wormhole slowly closed behind the final dreadnought, its glow fading like a dying sun. The galaxy stood still. Humanity had not just revealed a ship. They had revealed an empire. The first human armada hung in space like a wall of silent giants. Their black metal hulls reflected the faint glow of distant stars, forming a horizon of human power the galaxy had never imagined. The 5 empires did not move. Their fleets remained frozen, engines dead, weapons useless, pride shattered. The Helios, now standing at the center of the armada, sent one final message. We did not come for war, but peace is no longer a request. It is necessary for survival. These words felt heavier than any weapon. The alien leaders, once arrogant and loud, now stood speechless in the Grand Hall. Moments earlier, they were laughing at humans. Now they were staring at the largest fleet ever created by any species. A deep silence filled every empire, a silence made of fear and respect. Slowly, their fleets powered back on, not by force, but because the Helios released its grip on space. Engines restarted. Lights flickered. Systems came alive. The aliens felt as if humanity had given them permission to breathe again. One by one, the alien empires responded. We accept peace. We will not threaten human space again. We understand your warning. Humanity said nothing more. The fleet simply turned away. As the dreadnoughts moved, they folded into streaks of light, vanishing into the stars with silent precision. Only the faint glow of their wormhole trails remained, like scars across the fabric of space. When the final ship disappeared, the galaxy whispered a new truth. Humans do not show strength until they must. But deep inside an ancient star system, long forgotten by all empires, something watched the event from the darkness. Something older than humanity. Something older than every alien race combined. And as a human armada vanished into hyperspace, the unknown awakened.